these Swedes have no gang. A lot of the European oh fuck my life, I'm so dead. Oh, a lot of the European countries sound so nice. I mean, Australia doesn't have gangs, really. We have bikies, but it's like, it's so non-issue for the most part. A lot of times it's just kids like want to be hard, so they like act like they're affiliated. It's hard to think of like America's crime rate seriously when you can think of like places like Brazil that are just so much worse. Where like people live somewhere like that's not that bad, but they make it out to be bad because they kind of like want to be, oh dude, California's really bad, like it's really fucked lately. Like no, like there's actual countries that are suffering. Yeah, I'm not saying that to take away from people's issues. There's like a degree where like you should have some like awareness. Should I really be worrying about this? Like this isn't a big deal. But obviously, everyone does have issues. There's things you should and shouldn't worry about. My parents, boomers, all the time. Oh, this kid's starving in Africa. You fucking deserve this. Like you think you like motherfucker. Just because a kid's starving in Africa doesn't mean I have to eat beans on toast every day. Like, it fucking sucks. You get that. But the thing is, if you're going to constantly use, like, sad as, like, a escape method for, like, justifying things, it's like, well, now I'm not going to justify being happy. It's like, well, why would I be happier? There's people in snowboarding in Canada that are rich. What? They're happier than me, so why should I be happy? Like, you can easily do that. I just meant it in a way that, like, you should realize when, like, an issue is an issue. And being aware of, like, having it good can help a lot. There's like being humble or like just taking note, being thankful for what you got is like it's a good trait to have. Oh yeah, you're allowed to have issues as a privileged person. I mean, I think half the reason why a lot of people are depressed is because they feel like it's not a real issue or whatever, and that they shouldn't be feeling this that way or whatever because they have it good. And it's like, no, you're just making it worse for yourself right now. Yeah, that's a fair point about LA then. The poor shouldn't be there then. I don't know. That sounds horrible. That sounds like really dumb. I don't know if this is like a bad take or not. I don't understand if you were poor and in that area, why you wouldn't try and leave. I understand it's not that simple, just leave. But if you're so poor, trying to live in an area with such a disparity in income, like trying to live in LA, because maybe you want to make it or whatever, that seems a little silly. The moment I was 17 when I moved out. I turned 18 as I moved out. Because my parents are fucking awful with money and it was just abuse. So it's like, when I was 14 and 15 in school, I realized that like, I wasn't happy with the fact like how my like family life was. I couldn't study and or like become anything great. That sounds horrible. I couldn't study and become anything great because I realized like, I don't have the time after school, and then we were also pretty poor, so we didn't have the resources to like support actual good study. So when I was 15, I made like a very dedicated plan. I was like, alright, this is my plan to get out of home. I don't expect everyone to have that insight at 15, but there's steps you can take. If I start studying at a university, and this university you didn't need a degree at all to, you just needed passing marks at high school, and you were allowed into this university. That's what I aim for, passing marks so I could pass. But the university was in the city, and because it was so far away, I was able to get like a government exemption that allowed me to like get a little bit of assistance income because I was traveling so far, and went in and rented a really dirt cheap place. I got roommates and rented a dirt cheap place in the city, and then moved out, and I've never really been back since. Yeah, Sweden has a pretty good setup in the fact that you get like school free and stuff like that, university free and all that. The US loans sound really bad for school. I kind of don't get why you would go to uni if you were in the US. It seems like such a joke. I mean, even in Australia, people go to uni and regret their degree, and we don't even have to like pay it back with interest. We just pay it back when you start earning money. That sucks. 6 months after graduation, you have to start paying it back. Dude, the States is a joke. What the fuck? That's disgusting. Same with the healthcare. Especially why Americans don't want healthcare. Why do you want to pay so much for it? These days and age, I don't know why people still go so hard on like, oh, you have to go to uni. What happened? Like, does the debt eventually close on you guys? Or like, what do you happen? Like, what happens? They just call. That sucks. You're just like waiting. You're like, please don't call me. America's corrupt and people value money over people. I mean, to be fair, that is everywhere. Like, people value money over people anywhere in the world. America's like, wow, people toggle their PvP on and off when they choose. That's fucked up. You're like invis, you're like buffed, you're mega buffed, and you're just like PvP off. Bow! PvP on. America right now is like, you're playing PUBG on first release and you drop in Pachinki, and it's just fucking like crazy. Like everyone's dropped there, and they're like, oh shit, fucking lit. Like, there's a million people with Pachinki, and you're just trying to scavenge for whatever you can get. Pachinki dropping was the best. How big is Texas? Texas is pretty huge. A lot of times Americans try and do Aussie accents or Kiwi accents and stuff like that, but they're so pronounced they can't get it right. It's very hard for them to actually like pull off how Australians speak, because Australians just don't speak. Every word, every like letter, we are so lazy. It's like our mouths just don't want to work. There's just very little. Whereas Dallas, San Antonio, like every single fucking letter has to be pronounced in like when you're American, especially T's. That's why when Americans and they go cunt, ugh, yuck, you guys are so disgusting with it, cunt. It's like shit. Like you could kill someone with that. Whereas Aussie's like, oh fuck cunt. Like we don't even say the T. The T doesn't exist. Yeah, we call everyone cunts. Old cunt, old love, cunt, that's fucked. It can still come off jarring though. Some people still use it really jarring, but for the most part, it's usually fine. Some protesters blocked off 8 blocks of a city and declared a new country? Wait, where? What? They declared a new country and they've called it Chaz. I had an interaction with, Iguana. This thing was huge. Iguana? This motherfucker was massive. Yeah, if I keep talking about Australia, I'll never hit Awaken at 8. It's tomorrow's Friday. This thing was huge. We went down, we walked into our backyard and something. This thing is just chilling, like, big chilling, and it's got massive claws. We had to call, like, the wildlife sanctuary to come take it, because it was massive. It was like the size of a child. Like a 10-year-old kid with huge claws. We're like, what the fuck? I ain't fighting this thing. This was in my backyard at, I was about to say my address. Holy shit, I should not have. Motherfucker couldn't get up the stairs because we had like a really steep backyard. And then there's cassowaries. If I ever saw one of these in like if you were going like on a hike or something and I came across this, I would fuck off. This thing would fuck your day. Look at that claws! Look at, this thing's literally a dinosaur. Oh, it's the world's most dangerous bird? True. I would not fuck with this thing. This thing's crazy. Dude, fights. Kangaroo. It looks fake, but it's not. The motherfucker's so stunned. Non-Aussies. Americans watch this and they think he was being cruel. The kangaroo was about to rip the dog apart with its feet. Kangaroos are cunts. They're bullies. Sometimes they just drown. They drown dogs. Because they'll just grab it in water and they'll just rip it down and they just drown the dog. It's fucked. They're not even like clean cut about it. So it was about to fuck the dog up. And it almost got its foot there. It almost did. Foot up. And this guy just smacks the fuck out of it. Let it go. Dude, it's actually such a good shot. Oh my god. Yeah, you gotta defend your dog. So you gotta help out the dog. They're just dicks, dude. Every time you go to if you ever go to like the zoo, kangaroos just go. It's Tyler 1. It's like Tyler 1. Tyler 1's like a kangaroo when he's like buffs up and they all just like buff up and they just like stand there and they just scratch their nuts. Like they're like, yeah, I'm the fucking king. Kangaroos, they think they're sick, and then they just decide to stand in the middle of the road against a speeding car. They'll just stand there and get headlights. They're like, yeah, I'll fight you. Because in Australia, there's no speed limit laws in the Outback because it's so big, trucks just need to go fast. And kangaroos just die all the time out there. They're pests in the Outback Australia though. Living in Outback Australia would be pretty wild. Oh no, I am so dumb. I almost just killed myself. I didn't have my main skill on my toolbar. The one animal I like revolts me. Fucking cockroaches. Fuck them. Oh my god. Although, I'll kill a cockroach. Cockroaches die. I don't care. I'll release a spider always. I will never release a cockroach. That motherfucker gets the sandal. The thong. Like, and then after that, after I've killed it, I can't clean it up. My roommate cleans it up. I can't do it. It disgusts me. Oh my god. There we go. Wasn't even close. I imagine having a gun would make you feel so powerful. But that's probably why it's dangerous. Having a gun in your hand, you're like, yeah, I could end someone. Like, that's just terrifying. Losers can get their hands on it. Like, degenerates can. Sounds like you can kind of just walk into a Walmart and buy one. Fuck, dude. Veritania fucks my shit up. Oh my god. I'm actually so bad at Veritania. She's my hardest conqueror, and she feels so much tankier than the other ones. I bought a decent one for 9 chaos. I'm not gonna... Oh, rip. I'm not going to, I'll give it a shot with splitting steel, maybe. But, I'm probably gonna build it for another build with a